see.
This might take a fucking while.
I could read you the URL. Just kidding.
No. Is there a description?
Let's see.
Can you, if you read it, description while I pull it up, that'd be awesome.
Oh, this is weird. Okay.
It's from At Odds, right?
Is At Odds Josiah Taylor?
Oh, I don't know. At Odds, is that you?
Oh, duh. Yeah, it is. Your artist name is at symbol odds.
Oh, okay.
Do
you have a description?
Yeah. So. Oh no, sorry, no description.
No description.
Give us a description in the chat.
Yeah, real quick. Okay, hold on. So I think he's 30 out of 30. If that's the way it goes. Josiah Taylor. At Odds. Okay, where's your link? Sorry about this, people. I think we got it. Okay. Is this a work in progress? It's on SoundCloud. Let's see. Shout out to At Odds, finding us on Twitch and submitting in time. Hip hop and rap. There we go.
Let's go.
Is it playing? Okay. So I don't think there's any description. It looks like it's public, so I guess we'll treat it as a finished release. That is me. Here he goes. Oh man, here comes the downfall, making comments and being... Okay, I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to let it bias. All right, ready? Ra, R-A. Odds. At Odds. Let's go. The drums are kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because the meaning of words haven't changed, although some people speak of dead languages. There's no such thing as a dead language, because you have the words in this language. So they're not dead, you just don't know where they came from. But these words from ancient days are affecting people today. People are going to have to make a research in words. I know I'm representing music.
What a sunny day, pick apart the cosmic play, make a getaway, that'll do. Who knew you grew to flew to new pew, you knew knowing, sowing, growing through glowing, showing, we light years reaching, please the preaching heads, plebs taught lowly dread for cred leeching. We fed and all seeing, being free in thought, brought from what it is we wrought on ourselves, bells toll. Now our roles pole positioned round the necks of trolls, ballpark figures, bigger bigots. We dipping in soupy reality, battle me, see the same fallacy in its galaxy, babbling data. Form is fading, call me Vader on the fader. The master creator, the maker of wading through stars, born in need of help. I see myself delve to velveteen walls. It's peak, my twin is sleeping, peeping only when I'm creeping back awake. Meeting space as a place we grace, laced with faces, safest in memories, traces. We build mazes for phasing out of existence. That's where I've been missing. You see me gone, but I've gone fishing for what's missing. You see me gone, but I've gone fishing for what's missing.
That was At Odds Raw. I feel like, oh fuck, hold on. I feel like I could tell exactly what at least one of your influences is right away, and that's MF Doom. Do you like MF Doom? At Odds?
Scroll down to that.
Let's see. All right. Man, here comes the fall of making comments and being rough on myself. It's all good, but either way, feedback will be appreciated. And apologize for the Earl Sweatshirt link. Oh yeah, Earl Sweatshirt would definitely be up there with your influences, I think. Josh is so articulate, you gotta love it. Yeah, y'all going super depth with just hella dope. That is me. That shit whack. Ramble raps. Trying to be smarter than the classroom. Yeah, I do, of course. Bo. So for clarification, Bo fucking hates MF Doom, which is I think is a personal crime.
That's funny.
But there was a reason why I could tell right away. Like me and Bo probably had the same wavelength. Like this is kind of like MF Doom kind of shit. And what I mean by that specifically is that MF Doom. He like rhyme. He has a tendency to rhyme every single fucking word of every single bar, and sometimes it doesn't make sense, and you don't know what you're listening to, and that's the kind of conclusion that I've made with this as well. Although I really like MF Doom, and I think what kind of sets him apart by just like rambling around and stuff is that his delivery is just really cool. So with MF Doom, he sounds effortless. Like he's just like like he's like just rambling off shit that might or might not make sense, and his delivery is like almost kind of like it changes a lot. He's like he's talking on the beat. It's like so effortless, and he changes it up a lot in terms of flow. And I think in terms of what you're doing at odds, like I feel that you might be trying to force a lot of the words to rhyme, and then you get like kind of cool rhyme schemes that happen there that are really complex, but you kind of subtract from one the meaning and clarity of the song. Like I don't know what the song was about, quite frankly. And I think just work on your delivery to make it sound a little bit more effortless. Like it sounds like you're trying to put more effort into flow, and it sounds really consistent. Like it doesn't change a lot. And so for me, I would like to hear that difference, because if I can't understand the lyrics right away, what I'm listening for next is flow. To be honest, like in rap, I kind of listen for flow first, flow and voice. So if it's not cutting it for me, then I'll look at lyrics. But here, it's just like I would like to see a lot more variety. And yeah, I think instrumental wise, I think it was I like the drums. They were kind of stripped. Everything was kind of stripped back. I think Earl Sweatshirt. That makes a lot of sense when you said Earl Sweatshirt. Kind of reminded me of that. The vibe was kind of grimy. I think the vocal sample in the beginning was a little bit long. Yeah, I don't know. My overall vibe, I guess, would be like MF Doomy. And I think it's like yellow to green. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with all the stuff about delivery and flow. I think just
Mm-hmm.
like so often I think it's one of the harder things to do actually, regardless of what genre you're in, is like just sounding like you're comfortable in your delivery, comfortable in your skin.
Mhm.
And I hear I hear vocals in like rock stuff. I hear vocals and everything where like I mean, obviously people are trying to emulate their influences, but without the knowledge that you don't sound like your influences, because you're not the same person.
Mhm.
And a lot of that is people trying to force themselves into the sort of style of somebody else's delivery, which comes across as like sort of like you're uncomfortable in your own delivery.
Mm-hmm.
And it's often just the way it manifests itself. It feels a little bit stilted.
Mhm.
You definitely need to like try to loosen up a little bit in your
Yeah.
delivery.
That's yeah. I
Same
think
thing
that's
as
great advice.
some other comments before, like have more fun with it. You don't need to sound exactly like your influences. Like record yourself and then listen to it, and try to listen to it from an outside perspective,
Yeah.
and identify how you can experiment with doing things slightly differently and achieving your sound.
Mhm.
That I think is the most important thing. But yeah, also with just some of the flow stuff and just some of the rhyming stuff, like yeah, there were a few points when it felt like some of the rhymes were just for the point of rhyming.
Mhm.
And that's something where I feel like is a little bit it at least comes across as sort of amateurish.
Yeah.
Like
They're and like have you listened to MF Doom?
no,
He's
not
kind of
really.
like that.
Yeah.
But like, which is okay to a certain extent. But yeah, there's other things personally why I like that kind of style, where I think it works. Earl Sweatshirt's almost the same, but I think Earl Sweatshirt is a little more cerebral with his lyrics. Like his lyrics, I feel like make a little bit more sense. But again, his delivery is like super grimy, and he talks like this, and he's doing it.
Yeah,
It's like it's like you could tell he's like comfortable in his skin. I think that was a great point.
he's in
that
his
you said.
element. He's doing,
We could just sense that you weren't as comfortable. At least that's what we got from the vocal
and that's
delivery.
expected. Like everybody starts from the point of trying to emulate who they want to sound like, and
Mhm.
sort of and not quite achieving it. But eventually you learn like, okay, you can take influences from your heroes, whatever,
Yeah.
and turn it into something that works really well with your vocal cords
Yeah.
and your delivery style and the way your speech mannerisms and all of that stuff.
Mhm.
You just need to listen to it, give it a critical ear, and like try to make it sound like you,
Yeah.
as natural as it can be. You want to scroll down the chat?
Yeah, I was gonna say there's a lot of discussion in the chat. I want to read off. I also want to say some stuff like positive things too. But let's read the discussion here. Let's see. Death for the Doom, maybe a bit too much Rhyme Zone. Rhyme Zone is like a website
Yeah.
that looks up rhyme stuff. I didn't use Rhyme Zone, dude. No, I'm just playing, bro. That facts about MF Doom, it just sounds ridiculous to me. It just felt really random. That's fair. Honestly, yeah, the right delivery flow, you could pull out that stuff really well.
Yeah.
He does that a good sounding voice. Delivery content fell flat for me. Yeah, I think he has I think so. At odds, we're fucking biting into you. But honestly, it's because it's like at the next level of critique, because I think the fundamentals that you have, like you're in time, which is essential when you're starting out with rapping. Like you need to be in time. and you need to, for the most part, rhyme really well. And I think you're doing, you have the basics down. But when it comes to the next level of, feeling comfortable in your skin, feeling comfortable doing a certain delivery, that's something that you just need to practice and keep making more songs and keep practicing until it's effortless. Like
Yep.
that's the only thing. Let's see what else we got. That and like the chat is predominantly into hip hop. So yeah, see, Bo doesn't like Earl Sweatshirt. I'm a huge Earl and Doom fan. Same way. But the thing with them is they're like, MF Doom is like, he'll say like flippy skippy doobie dabba da boo boo ba. Like he sounds like he's having fun with it, And like if you're trying really hard, you don't have that like what is it, whimsical
It's just sort of
attitude to it.
a stiffness.
Earl Sweatshirt sounds like he's gonna murder somebody, but like he has that intensity,
Yeah.
It's like intensity, energy. It's like there's like a
authenticity.
Yeah, there's like an uncanny valley that you can get stuck in if it's not like laid back enough and like effortless enough, or if it's not like fucking edgy and grimy enough, then you just land in the middle.
Dude, first fucking
where you
step.
can tell.
Try getting a little looser with it. Like don't try to like then force yourself even more to sound a certain way because you're like, oh, I need to change.
Yeah, Cheetos, Fritos, Doritos. That's a line from
yeah.
MF Doom. But yeah, sorry.
Well, that one makes sense because they're fucking rhymes and they all are in the same like category versus like bricks, hicks, and fricks. Like that's a rhyme that actually makes sense.
Yeah,
it's related versus just like choosing words that rhyme and it's like, oh, that's like a very common word to use or whatever.
But yeah, that was we kind of went out of format here, but I think we did that because the discussion was going on and you've been with us all show, bro.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
But again, it's not like we're gonna go into the critiques because that's the areas for improvement. Like we try to, sometimes we forget to, but we try to like say the nice shit too. And it's sort of a given. Like if we're not talking about something or whatever, it means there's no issues with it and it's good.
Yeah.
And I was gonna also add like on the production discussion.
Yeah.
Overall, I felt like the production was fine.
I thought it was pretty solid.
Yeah,
too.
It was very solid. The one thing I noticed, I could sort of hear the mic thing. Whereas like there's like a little bit of a quality, like a home studio quality of like
I'm still trying to get over that shit.
It could just be the mic or it could be getting too close to the mic.
Yeah.
Which with condensers especially is very, very common. People feel your ear when things get louder, your ear says that sounds better, even though tonally it doesn't.
Yeah, look at this home studio shit, bro.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm in the same fucking boat.
If you were to equalize the volumes of a recording when you're like too close to the mic versus a couple inches farther, the one where you're a couple inches farther, as long as it's that right distance, will sound more tonally balanced.
That's called proximity effect, right?
It's partly proximity effect, but it's just like the spectrum of frequencies that you pick up at different distances varies across the board. And usually you want to be not super duper close to the condenser to get the right sound.
That's okay. So we kind of went out of order, or we went everywhere. But if we're going by our traffic light system, the vibes, I would say, I think it's yellow to green. Like it's there. I think I immediately knew what vibe you're going for. MF Doom, Earl Sweatshirt. Like the beat was like that. Your lyrics style was like that. It was clear what you're trying to do. But I just think a little more confidence, a little more loosen up, be yourself more. I think it would be just short of that green. Content, I think it's a yellow. Mostly if we're talking lyrics and flow here. I think just practice it until it becomes effortless, until you like really know what you want to do with it. If you want to go more laid back or if you want to be real fucking edgy and just on it, just try to keep practicing until you're out of that uncanny valley of in between and being unsure. Just I think confidence comes with practice. And production, I thought it was solid. I think it's a green. So what would you do for your stoplights?
I'm giving it yellow develop for basically everything.
Yellow develop.
Yeah,
that's a rhyme.
Yeah,
look at that.
I know. Yeah, it's one that makes sense, sort of ish, sort of.
Yeah, yellow develop for the fella in the chat.
Exactly.
Right.
He's got it. But yeah, I mean, I would say like the vibes are on the way. It's just like there's a couple of things that can be worked on to make it really hit. Same for content, like we talked about with some of the writing rhyme schemes, just making it feel a little bit more authentic or natural or whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
And similarly for production, there's just like maybe a couple of things with vocal tweaks, vocal mixing or whatever that could be improved.
Yes, that's true. I'll scale back to a green yellow because I hear what you're saying.
Sure. And it's one of those things again where it's like the trickiest part when you're using if you're using a beat is making the vocal not sound like it's a separate thing just layered on top of a beat.
Yep.
They got to sound like they're part of the same song.
Yep.
So yeah. Then do we want to do our overall?
Yeah, overall, I think it's yellow. Yellow develop for the fella in the
Yellow
chat.
develop.
But thank you very much for submitting. And bro, I want to hear more. And dude, your feedback was super good.